Welcome to this next class of dynamics of charged particles. In the last lecture, we have learned about equations for velocity, displacement and acceleration of a charged particle. In this class, we are going to learn about the energy that is acquired by the charged particle when it enters in an uniform electric field. We are also going to learn about kinetic energy of the charged particle, the equation for kinetic energy, because when a charged particle enters into an uniform electric field, it is going to be accelerated. That means there is an external force that will do some work on that particle, and whenever there is work done on that particle, the energy will change, whether it is potential energy or kinetic energy. There will be a change in energy, and in this class we are going to look at the equation that will tell us what is the change in the energy. It can be kinetic energy or potential energy. Lastly, we are going to see the definition of a new unit called as electron volt. It is a unit of energy. So let us start. In the last class, we have seen equation for acceleration, which is eq by m, and we have also seen equation for velocity, which is u plus at. A is eq by m, but if we consider the initial velocity to be 0, the equation will reduce to eq by m into t. Same way, we have obtained an equation for displacement. Here r is the displacement and r0 is the initial position. So the equation will be r0 plus ut plus 1 half at square. A is eq by m into t square. Here r and r0 are initial and final position. So if I take this r0 on the LHS side, it will become r minus r0, that is the displacement. Now suppose if initial velocity is 0 and initial position also we consider to be 0, then the equation can be reduced to 1 half et square by m. R and r0 is 0 and ut will become 0. So this is what we have learnt in the previous class. Here one more addition I have done is the equations when u is 0 or r0 initial position is 0. The form of equations we have obtained now. Now let us consider how to derive equation for energy. For that, let us consider a charged particle, a positive charge, which is accelerated through a small distance dx in the direction of the electric field. It is similar to an object which is falling towards the ground. It will be accelerated in the direction of the gravitational field. Its velocity will increase. But again here, the gravitational field is doing work on this charged particle, doing work on the object. Same way, the electric field will be doing work on this charged particle, and from this work we can easily find what is the change in the energy. We know the equation for work is force into displacement. Now displacement is in the x direction, so I am taking dx, or in general we can write f into dr, so that it can be x, y or z. So w is equal to f into dr. F we know is mass into acceleration into the displacement, and we know that acceleration is dv by dt into dr. Now this dr by dt we can write as v, velocity, into dv. What we have done, we have substituted dr by dt is equal to v, that is velocity. Now this work will be a small amount of work. So to get the total work done, we will have to integrate on both sides, integrating on both sides. So on LHS side we will get W, M is constant, so it will be out of integration, and we will have to integrate V into dV from initial velocity to final velocity, that is V1 and V2. So this integration of V into dV will give us V square by 2, V square by 2, and the limits are from V1 to V2, limits are from V1 to V2. So we will have M by 2 in the bracket V2 square minus V1 square. This will be the equation for the work done, and the work done will be changing the kinetic energy. This is the same equation as 1/2 mv square, only here initial and final velocities are written. If we consider the initial velocity, is equal to 0, then it is simple equation for kinetic energy, 1/2 m, and we take V2 as V, then this will become 1/2 V square. That is the equation we know for kinetic energy. Now this is an electrostatic field, so we also know that equation for the work done is equal to V into Q. If you remember, the definition for potential is the amount of work done per unit charge to move from one point to the another point. So we can write W is equal to V into Q. Now VQ, now we can compare, let us say this kinetic energy equation is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. We can compare these equations 1 and 2. What we will get, let us write from equation 1 and equation 2. What do we get is VQ is equal to 1/2 mv square. Now let us make the equation for potential a little bit different so that we understand this is the potential difference. Now we can find what is V square, or we can create an equation for V square. We can take this 2 on the other side as well as this m on the LHS side, and we will get 2 into capital V into Q divided by m. This capital V is for the potential difference. So we can write V is equal to square root of 2VQ by m, 2VQ by m. Let us call it equation number 3. So we have got one more equation for the velocity. Now using this equation we can solve a lot of problems, because potential in an electric field, the things that you will know are the potential difference and the charge of the particle. Most of the time you will be not knowing the velocity, the displacement, the position of the charged particle. So this equation will be very helpful, which will help us to find the velocity by using potential difference and the charge and the mass of the particle. So this equation is also very important. Then we have equation for V from ut, sorry not ut, u plus at, and we know that acceleration is equal to eq by m, and if we take initial velocity to be 0 as we have done for this case, then we get another equation for velocity, that is eq by m into t. Now this is also an important equation, and this is the same equation that we have seen at the start. So kinetic energy equation, which is 1 half mv square, we can change this equation, because according to this equation we'll have to first find out what is the velocity, and knowing the velocity of a charged particle in an uniform electric field will be little bit difficult. So what we can do is substitute this v square, kinetic energy 1 half m, we can substitute v by using e square q square by m square into t square. Here 1 power of m will cancel, and we will get an equation for kinetic energy e square into q square into t square by m. Now this is a more useful equation in electric field than 1 half mv square. That is because we will be knowing the electrical field, we will be knowing the charge of the particle, we will be knowing how much time the charged particle has spent in that electric field. This is easy to find, and we will be also knowing the mass of the charged particle which is entering that uniform electric field. So whenever we are talking about electric field and trying to find out the kinetic energy, most probably we'll use this equation instead of using 1 half mv square, because again to find the velocity we'll have to use what is electric field, charge and mass. So this is an proper equation or a convenient equation for uniform electric field, a charged particle moving in uniform electric field. Next is, if we consider the charged particle to be an electron, we know that the equation for work is equal to q into v. V is the potential. And if we consider, now the charged particles are mostly going to be protons or electrons or some other particle or molecule which is going to have the charge which is in terms of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, that is the charge of electron. It may be double or triple. So it is easy if we find a new unit to write this charge, to write this work, not charge, to write this work, because the work is going to be extremely small. Suppose the charge is 1 electron, that means the charge is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and the potential difference let us consider to be only of 1 volt. Potential difference is of 1 volt. Then the work done will be 1.6, that is the charge, into 10 raised to minus 19 into 1. That means it will be 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. This is the amount of work that will be involved in motion of a charged particle. It may be an electron, or it may be a proton, or it may be some other particle which is having charge in terms of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. So what is done is this 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule is given a new name, that is 1 electron volt, so that we don't have to keep on writing 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and all the work done will be in these terms: 2 electron volt, 3 electron volt, or maybe 100 electron volt. Instead of writing 100 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, we can conveniently write that as 100 electron volts. So this will save a lot of efforts. And now we can also define 1 electron volt. What is this 1 electron volt? Is the amount of work done on an electron, because here we are considering the charged particle to be an electron, when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. So what is 1 electron volt? Definition of 1 electron volt is that it is the amount of work done on an electron, because here we are considering the charge to be 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. So work done on a electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt, because if you remember we took the potential difference as 1 volt. Now this 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 is going to be an important unit for the problems that we are going to see in this chapter. One more form of the kinetic energy or the energy acquired by the charged particle we are going to see now. Okay, we know that the displacement R is equal to 1/2 EQ by m into t square. This we have taken from the equation of displacement. Displacement is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square, where we have taken u to be 0. Here this will be the displacement if u is equal to 0, that is initial velocity is equal to 0. Now if you look at the equation for kinetic energy is E square q square t square by m. We can write this equation as 1/2 into EQ by m into t square, this as a separate factor, into E into Q. So I have just separated the powers. But now 1/2 EQ by m into t square will be, let us call this equation number 6, substituting this value of R. Substituting value of R, substituting R is equal to 1/2 EQ by m into t square in equation 6. What we will get is energy or the work done is equal to, which is also equal to kinetic energy, will be EQ, and that whole term will become R. So this is one more important equation. This will help us calculate the change in energy with the distance that is traveled by that charged particle. If it travels 1 meter, 1 centimeter, or maybe 0.1 millimeter, how much energy does the charged particle acquire if we know what is the electric field and the charge of that particle. So this is one more important equation. Okay, now let us look at a problem. Now what is given in the problem is we have to calculate the intensity of electric field which would produce an electron and acceleration equal to gravity. So they have given us that there is an electron and it is accelerated to 9.8 into 10 raised to 9.8 meter per second. Acceleration is equal to the acceleration of gravity, and they have asked us to find how much electric field is required to produce such an acceleration. We know the mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Now we can easily calculate the electric field required. We know acceleration is equal to EQ by m. So E will be equal to A into m divided by Q. So we can now find the electric field. Just we will have to substitute the values. Acceleration we know is 9.8. Mass, that is of electron, 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. The whole is divided by charge of electron. Q is the charge of electron. 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Now let us try to calculate this. 9.1 into 9.8 will give us 89.18, and we will have to divide this by 1.6, so we will get 55.73 and 7. That means you can take 55.74. so this will give us 55.74 into 10 raised to minus 31 plus 19. Now I have taken this in the numerator, so it will become plus 10 raised to minus 19 in the numerator will become plus. Now we can add and subtract this. What we will get is 55.74 into 10 raised to minus 12. This will be in volt per meter, or you can also write it as Newton per coulomb, because we know that electric field can be also expressed as force divided by charge, so it can be also written as Newton per coulomb. We can further write this as 5.574 into 10 raised to minus 11 volt per meter by adjusting the powers. One number I have sent inside the decimal point, so one power will decrease. Okay, let us look at the next problem. In this next problem, they have given that there are two parallel plates kept in air at a distance of 0.02 meter, and the potential difference between these two plates is 150 volts. If there be an electron resting on the plate at the lower potential, that means an electron is resting on one of the plates, we will have to find what is the force on the electron, acceleration of the electron, and velocity of that electron. So let us see what is given in this problem. They have given us the distance between the two plates, that is 0.02. They have also given us the potential difference between the plates, that is 150 volts. They have asked us force, acceleration, and velocity. But to calculate this, we will have to first find out what is electric field between the two plates. Now, how to find this? We know that work is equal to V into Q, that is, we know W is equal to V into Q, and we also know W is force into displacement, that is EQ into R. Now we can cancel this Q on both the sides and get an equation for E, that is V divided by R, not Q, R. So V is 150 divided by 0.02, we will get the answer as 7500 volt per meter. That is the final answer. Acceleration, as we know, is equal to EQ divided by m, that is mass of electron, which will be equal to E is 7500, charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by mass of electron, that is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31. 7500 into 1.6 divided by 9.1 will get 1318. So this will give us 1318 point, let me check, 68.68 into 10 raised to minus 19 plus 31. So this will be 1318.68 into 10 raised to plus 12 meter per second square. Now if we take as 1.3186 this power, we have taken 3 numbers inside the decimal place, so the power will increase by 3, that is 15 meter per second square. This will be the acceleration. Now if we know the acceleration, we can easily find out the force will be mass into acceleration, or we can also use E into Q. Both formulas should give us the force. So E, as we know, is 7500 into Q, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. So let us multiply this. 7500 into 1.6, that will be 12,000. 12,000 into 10 raised to minus 19. This will be in newtons. We can remove this 3 and write it as 12. The power will now decrease by 3, that means we'll get 10 raised to minus 16 newtons. This will be the force on that electron. Now from this we can easily calculate the velocity also, as we know that velocity is equal to ut plus a into t, the velocity that it will acquire. Now u is going to be 0, so a into t, but we don't have the time, so we cannot use this, or we can use formula for velocity as we have derived 2 into potential difference into charge divided by the mass. This formula we can use, we have all the terms. So it will be 2 into potential difference is 150, charge is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and we know the mass is of electron, so 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31. Now let us try to calculate this. 2 into 150 into 1.6 will give us 480, and this we will have to divide by 9.1, so we'll get 52.747. 52.747. So square root of 52.747 into 10 raised to minus 19 and plus 31, that means we'll get plus 12. We'll take this 10 raised to plus 12 outside, we'll get 10 raised to 6, and we'll have to find square root of 52.74747. So let us try to find the square root of this. Square root of 52.747 will be 7.262. So final answer will be 7.262 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second. This is the answer for velocity.